So when I think of the funeral plan or the last, expenses, quote unquote, the final expenses, usually I'm thinking about like a final expense policy. So you're referring to it as pre-need. Is that the same as final expense? What would be the difference in those two pieces?
So I explain this all day to definitely when we're recruiting and building a team. Final expense is what that is. It's for your, so a lot of people think, a lot of times when people get final expense, the majority of people who get final expenses are the elderly community, right? They've waited until they've gotten older. And so now they want to have something set aside to cover their final expenses, right? And so they have the mindset that this final expense plan is going to pay for my funeral. And it can. But final expense, as we both know, is a whole life policy. It's designed to do a whole lot of other different things. It's just a smaller whole life policy, right? That builds cash value, but much slower. With pre-need, it's exactly what that is. There is a difference. We are actually paying, like putting it on layaway, your final expenses, right? So we are actually paying on your funeral. So you and I both are in this space, and we know that sometimes when that time comes when someone expires, um, the life insurance could take a minute to pay out for numerous of reasons, right? And we can get into that too. For numerous of reasons, the difference is with pre-need, when a person expires and they're at home and the family picks up the phone, they call the funeral home, right? And so the funeral home says, okay, Ms. Brown, sit back, relax, properly grieve. Your mother has properly planned. We have her planned right here with us. They're going to call the insurance company and they are paid within the hour. Difference. Your funeral is paid for most times before they even pick up the deceased. So it is really and truly a final plan. It is a pre-need plan. It is put in place to pay for everything that you have set aside as far as your pre-need services are concerned. So the difference is that it's the actual pre-need. It is definitely going to pay for that person's funeral outside of like final expense, which is a whole life policy. Again, a lot of people put that in place, but that is exactly what it is, a whole life policy. And it's
Gotcha.
still for legacy. It still can be used for legacy.
So essentially, with final expense, it is a life insurance policy that you hope will cover the cost of what it is that you're looking to do, because that's the objective. That's what you're taking it out for. You're taking that for the reason of the final expenses, those funeral costs that you might have. Your other life insurance is really covering, your family legacy, considering the time frames and all that good jazz. What pre-need does, and I'm just clarifying this based on for what you said. So it sounds like what pre-need does is the pre-need will allow you to pay incrementally on the actual service, the specific kind of service that you're having. Hey, I want to be cremated with a memorial. I want a casket with blah, 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 blah. How much does all of that cost? I'm going to take out coverage based on that amount. And then you essentially just pay that off over a period of time.
Correct.
Of time. And if you were to expire prior, if you were to expire prior to the time in which you finished paying that full amount, there's a life insurance component that would still pay
Correct.
the benefit.
Correct.
So you get the benefit, but you also have something that you're paying on. So at a point in time, you actually going to just stop paying completely.
Correct. Right.
But in a whole life policy, you just keep paying.
You're gonna pay forever. So I know we know an agent in this industry that likes to term it as final expense is like a life sentence. You pay for it for the rest of your life. With pre-need, you can parole in 3 years, 5 years,
parole.
or 2 years. Right.
Somebody's going to resonate with that analogy. Somebody's going to resonate with it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Look. If you have a final expense policy, listen, you've done a good thing. It's okay. Okay. But for those that looking for coverage out there, no, that is it. Listen, I recognize that it is something that's innovative and definitely changing the landscape, even from an accessibility standpoint, being that everybody qualifies, is completely guaranteed issue and all that jazz. So I think with what you're doing in that space, once again, being able to cater to, parents, particularly, single mothers, and offer that benefit, but then saying, hey, look, we're going to take you all the way to the end of your journey is very commendable. One of the other things I want to pull out in that, just one point is it's okay to desire nice things. You mentioned that earlier. You said, hey, look, I have been, I wanted nice things. I wanted to do well, even being young, and I think that that's important to note, because when people think about this industry, they know that there's an opportunity there, but they really don't understand what it looks like. And you also mentioned opportunities. I want to speak to that too. But what do you think people are intimidated by when it comes to joining this industry, to joining this business?
The life insurance industry as a whole,
Yeah.
um, not being knowledgeable, right? I get a lot of pushback sometimes. They say I'm not a salesperson, I can't sell, but this is not a sale. This is a value. This is a necessity. This is not a used car salesman when you're trying to push something down somebody's throat. Like, this is something that is never going away. I don't care how much AI takes over. Like, this is never going away, right? None of us are ever going to live forever. And so I think it's just a lack of knowledge, a little bit of fear sometimes, and just a mindset. A mindset shift is needed, in my opinion, a lot of times. I think that this is one of the industries that, like I said, that is never going away, but one of the most lucrative industries there is. And I encourage anybody to take a look at it, just to not, for the knowledge of it, just to take a look at it and see the power that's in it.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, for the iPhone users out there, and I'm Android all day, by the way.
Okay.
But if you ask Siri, what's the highest paid industry? Siri's going to tell you is the financial services industry. So it definitely is the industry with a ton of opportunity, and I think that's one of the cool things that you're doing too, India. You're not only saying, hey, if you're a mom, or if you're a woman who is looking to build a business and do something, you're not just coming in and saying, hey, look, let me help you with coverage and a product. You're also saying, hey, look, if you want an opportunity, I can help you with that as well.
Well.
What what's some people only want to focus on just uh, helping people with products, and that's fine, providing solutions. What is it that makes you want to provide these opportunities for others, particularly for other women and single mothers who are looking for entrepreneurship?
For me, it's personal. Again, you know what I'm saying? It's personal. We take on so many roles as women, as mothers. You know what I mean? We're the caregivers. We're we provide. We do a lot of things, and we're always expected to do them simultaneously. Multitask and be great at all things, and still be able to maintain everything else and provide everyone else's needs. This industry, for me, has provided me the flexibility and freedom, but also the financial means to be able to do all of those things and sleep. You know what I mean? Without the stress of the financial strain. You follow what I'm saying? And so it feels really good, if you will, to say, to put a friend on. You know what I mean? To put them in a place and an opportunity where they can, where they can just thrive. I'm not talking about an extra $500. I'm talking about, okay, if you want a certain lifestyle, let's plan out your goals and we can easily obtain them. Like, no fluff. You know that, right? Like, no fluff. Like, tell me your goals and we're going to map out a plan and we're going to get there, right? And so it feels really good to be able to put my good girlfriends on, you know what I mean? Or my friends, or someone who wants the opportunity. And it's not about the money, because I love money, but agents that I've introduced to this space, I get calls to say, girl, I was able to pay my mortgage. This, like, little things like that mean the world to me. You know what I mean? Because there was a time when someone needed my help and I couldn't. You know what I mean? And it really does something to your mental. But to be able to help in this way, and in a major way, is like, it's bomb.com. I mean, I know that's good talk, but it feels really amazing to be able to help put somebody in a position to thrive.
Yeah.
To thrive. Yeah. There is no ceiling in this industry. Like, you can make what you want to make in this industry.
Sometimes I think it's kind of taboo right? Or at least it's felt like it's been taboo to talk about the type of success that you can have in this industry, at least amongst, you know, certain groups of people. Others, I think, really embrace what you could do. But I'm gonna create a new segment with you with this episode. You know, considering, you know, we've been on hiatus for a minute, we're coming back in the mix. This is gonna be the balling out moments. I want you to tell me what's something that having your license, getting into this industry has allowed you to do, purchase, buy, go that wasn't available prior to you getting into this industry.
Really, Rod? Okay. Shoot. A lot, to be honest with you, a lot. It's afforded me to live in a really nice neighborhood.
Now, I've been to your house. So I know you.
Okay. It's safe. You know what I mean? Like I could fall asleep and forget to lock my door. I don't, but I could. To be able to, I remember years back, I was in the beginning stage of the life insurance industry, and Mia wanted this motorized bike, right? It's a couple of $100. And I promised her we would get it. And so when I picked her up from school, I was like dreading the conversation because I had not met my quota and I didn't make enough money. And so when she got in the car, she was gung-ho. And she was like, all right, you want to get my bike? And, and I had to break it down. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't get it. And she was like, why? I was like, I didn't make the bonus. I didn't make enough money. She was like, well, what do you have to do to make the bonus? I love her for that, right? I was like, I gotta go sell some more policies. She was like, all right, let's go pass out some more flyers. And she was like 7, right? So I'm like, bet now what, and not that she wants a lot of things, but to just be able to provide without the, I gotta get it 30 days from now or wait to 2 weeks from now. You know what I mean? Like that feels amazing to me. It's the small things, you know what I mean? So this industry has provided that for me. Like the peace of mind is priceless. You know what I mean? I'm a simple girl. I like $10 sandals, but if I want a nice pair, I can go get them. Yeah. So I feel great in knowing that I'm able to live how I always thought I should live from a little girl. But it gives me joy. It gives me peace.
Absolutely. You know, and I appreciate that. Just, you know, being able to do those things for your children. Now, you could have said, hey, you know, I went to, you know, Africa for 2 weeks, you know, all expense 5-star, you know, because I did do that based on what insurance did. But no, I really appreciate, you know, saying, hey, look, you know, it is those little things that matter because, like you said, it's about being able to create those moments and knowing that you have the resources, and not only that you have the resources, but you have an opportunity to create those moments. Because if you were solely relying on just a regular 9 to 5, you know, just regular gig, what you had would have been what you had. You would have been capped right there. But this industry and this business allows you and affords you the opportunity to really do whatever you want based on your will and desire to make it happen. So definitely commend you on that.